It's the final day of quarantine for people exposed to the hantavirus outbreak, and this marks the end of a period of uncertainty and worry for people around the world. 6 former cruise ship passengers are all that remain in the National Quarantine Unit in Omaha. Those people will be able to leave and return to their home states for the first time now since departing on the MV Hondias cruise ship in April. Those passengers then living through a nightmare scenario as a strain of the hantavirus started spreading, killing 3 people on board. The 18 Americans have been under close watch for the past 42 days, none of them developing symptoms. One man staying in Omaha for the duration of the quarantine period. Here's what he says now at the end of his stay.
I did want to take this time to thank my family and friends for helping me get through this, to the amazing staff here at the NQU and UNMC for treating us with kindness and truly going above and beyond to make sure we were comfortable here. I want to thank the Omaha, Nebraska community for welcoming us with open arms and showing us complete kindness and generosity.
After 42 days of solitude, Rose Marin and the remaining passengers will be on their way home tomorrow.
And we're looking at a quiet and cooler start to the work week, though chances for showers and storms on their way back into the forecast as we head towards the middle of the week. We'll have the latest on that forecast here coming up after the break.
Is locked in negotiations in an attempt to bring a permanent end to the war in Iran. This coming as President Trump threatens Iran over how he perceives their connection with Lebanon. He says if Iran doesn't stop Lebanon from striking Israel, the U.S. will strike Iran again. Vice President Vance is with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner in Switzerland now for this new round of talks with Iran. These discussions all happening as Iran announces it's closing the Strait of Hormuz. Here's ABC's Tom Soufi-Burridge with how Iran is responding to all of this.
Vice President Vance says great progress was being made in today's U.S.-Iran talks, and President Trump wants to transform the United States' relationship with the Iranian people.
If they are willing to give up nuclear weapons ambitions for the long term, then the United States is willing to fundamentally transform our relationship with that country. That is certainly our goal.
Vance also sought to downplay the Israeli-Hezbollah fighting in Lebanon, which is putting the agreement between the U.S. and Iran at risk. The fighting in southern Lebanon escalating, Iran announcing on Saturday that it has shut the Strait of Hormuz, citing the strikes and the blatant breach and violation of the United States of the first clause of the ceasefire agreement, which calls for fighting to end on all fronts. US Central Command says 55 merchant ships and 17 million barrels of oil traveled through the critical waterway on Saturday.
Flows of oil and natural gas through the straits have already returned to normal, and they will continue that way, whatever happens with the negotiations with the Iranians.
But it remains unclear if the strait is open. But Iran's state media says the delegation left the negotiating site after President Trump posted on Truth Social that unless Iran stops Hezbollah from, quote, causing trouble, the US would hit Iran very hard again, just like we did last week, only harder. Iran's negotiating team is still at the hotel, their top negotiator warning the US against making threats, vowing Iran's armed forces are ready to respond. The Memorandum of Understanding, signed Wednesday, terminates oil sanctions on Iran and outlines a 60-day timeline to discuss Iran's nuclear program. Iran's Fars agency is also reporting that a draft on temporary exemption from those sanctions has been finalized. Tom Sufi Burridge, ABC News, Lucerne.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
Well, I wanted to start out first with some of the rainfall totals that we saw here very late Saturday into early Sunday morning. Forecast called for at times localized 3 to 5 inches of precipitation. We saw that certainly in central Nebraska, 2 miles to the northwest of Edgar, almost 5 inches of precipitation, then 4.5 or just a little more than that there in Wood River, then Loop City, 4.5 as well. You get down to Clay Center, about 3.5 inches, as well as Grand Island. And then the NWS office in Hastings, they're reporting 3 inches of precipitation. I know we were a little under an inch here in Lincoln, and when we were wrapping things up last night, it looked about, 3/4 of an inch at the Lincoln Airport. I imagine we're about 1/10 of that higher here down out back in the studio. So, we missed out a little bit on some of the heaviest rain totals, but certainly some spots got almost more than they needed, as flooding's been a little bit of an issue out there too. But hopefully some areas that are especially dry up towards north central Nebraska, they did get some good rainfall. So that's always good news to see there. Taking a look then at your storm reports across the state from today. It's mainly been out here in far southwestern Nebraska, but we've seen some pretty large hail reports, anywhere between 2.5 to 3 inches in diameter. That's a little larger than a tennis ball, close to baseball size hail. So certainly concerned with some of that, some stronger wind gusts there to the west of North Platte. But here in the eastern half of the state, we have been fairly quiet. And as take a look now at your ABC Seamless camera in North 48th and Cornhusker Highway, looking off to the east, kind of gloomy out there. Temperatures certainly, though, on the cooler side, upper 60s to low 70s. And as we mentioned before, we usually see the upper 80s for your highs for the summer solstice, so definitely been on the cooler side today. 69 in Aurora, as well as Hastings, 70 out in Grand Island, 70 up in Columbus. And we saw our high temperature here in the capital city about 11:30 this morning, so we'll see if we can get any warmer than that. Clear at the moment on the radar, a few lighter showers then moving their way here into northeast Nebraska. These will try and continue off to the south and east going forward. As we take a look then at Stormcast, some of those stronger storms out towards the west, they'll continue to move these here off to the south and east. Looks like southwestern Nebraska isn't quite done then with those rounds of showers and thunderstorms. But we should be fairly quiet going into the start of your Monday. Maybe a light sprinkle or two for the first half of the day, but the model's kind of struggling to push that down here towards southeastern Nebraska. Clear skies then as we head past lunch, and most of the light shower activity appears to be off to our north as we go then throughout your Monday evening. Another chance then for some potentially strong to severe storms out in the Panhandle, as they've seen several busy days out there. For the rest of your day, though, here on Sunday, still got that slight level 2 out of 5 risk of severe weather. Scattered severe storms remain possible. All hazards on the table. We've already seen the damaging wind and large hail potential. Can't rule out a spin-up tornado out there for the rest of the day either. Then the risk is a little more off to the west. Tomorrow, still got that slight risk in place for the Panhandle, and then we may see an isolated severe storm or two try and make its way into far southwestern Nebraska. But still staying on the seasonally cooler side here for your forecast on Monday. Low to mid 70s in southeast Nebraska with a bit of an east-northeasterly breeze. But as we mentioned, once we get towards the afternoon, should see a little bit of sunshine. So that's at least nice there. Upper 70s then for Tuesday. Chances for periodic showers and storms as we go throughout the day. And then we really stick around upper 70s, low 80s. Doesn't look much like a summertime forecast then until we head towards the end of the weekend and the start of next week. But plenty of storm chances between now and then. I say your next best shot at severe weather probably there the end of Friday into Saturday. We'll have more updates on that as we get a little closer.
All right, thank you so much, Dom. Coming up in sports, the College World Series final will see one more game as North Carolina staves off elimination. Plus, we're revealing our Athlete of the Week. We'll be right back.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome into your Sports Zone. The College World Series final, game number 2, just wrapping up here on Channel 8 ABC. Thanks for joining us, and we're not done yet. The Tar Heels staving off elimination today. Oklahoma with a 1-0 series lead. The Sooners got up to a hot start. They're looking to win the championship right here, right now, scoring 2 in the bottom of the first. But this North Carolina Tar Heel team has won 53 games for a reason. The Heels going to tie it up here in the third. A triple to right would bring in 2. UNC would add 1 more. The long ball, though, then comes into play. Owen Hull, the sole shot to right here. That got this crowd on their feet. Then Cooper Nicholson, the 2-run dinger to left center to add 2 more on the board. The Heels up by 4, and that would be enough to get it done. North Carolina survives game number 2. Your final score 6-2. So for all the marbles, we'll have a game 3 in the College World Series final. First pitch set for 6 p.m. tomorrow night at the Charles Schwab Field. And how about some local baseball? Lincoln Salt Dogs and the Kansas City Royals. Salt Dogs getting the win on the road versus Winnipeg, snapping their 3-game losing streak, 7-3 your final. And wow, the battle of the Missouri in the majors. Royals falling short though to the Cardinals, 12-10 at home. A combined 22 runs and 28 hits. Now, one man spends his mornings at Adventure Golf Center in Lincoln nearly every day of the week. His name, Dwayne Lenhart. He sits atop every record at the mini golf course, and that's why he's been named our Athlete of the Week.
The following segment is sponsored by Menards.
He comes on a very regular basis, probably the most regular customer we have.
At Adventure Golf Center in Lincoln, everyone knows the name Dwayne Lenhart.
Yeah, that's too hard.
He's 76 years old.
and semi-retired and shows up to play all 3 courses with 2 different balls 5 times a week.
It's a beautiful place. It's like playing in a garden because of all the flowers and things here.
But Dwayne doesn't just show up. At Adventure Golf, he has the magic touch.
Well, that's not going to go in. It did.
Dwayne is atop all 3 leaderboards, first place on the red course and even cracking a 29 on the blue course just last year, becoming the first person to reach the 20s at Adventure.
That's 7 hole-in-ones and the rest of them were all 2s. I think I got hole-in-ones on the last 4 holes and coming back in, which is unheard of.
Despite being a local legend on the course, he doesn't let the fame get to his head. In fact, he'd prefer not to stand alone.
This course, I shot a 31 earlier this year, which is low. And I think the next score is 36. So somebody's got to do a lot of work. Catch up with me. Come on, guys. Be happy if somebody else's name was up there.
Eric Gustafson, the owner of Adventure Golf, not only admires Dwayne for being their #1 customer, but praises his consistency and attitude.
I love the way he talks about the courses. He knows the courses probably better than we do, honestly.
Once you get around, this is not as steep.
What's the play here?
You know, it'll go in. Sometimes I've curved it up and it'll curve back in. If you hit it fairly straight, it'll go in too.
But Lenhart picked up the love for the game a while back.
I've gotten 1 hole-in-1 in the last 4 years on this hole.
Beginning play as a kid, but the past 4 years since coming to Adventure, Dwayne says what brings him back each day is not just about the course.
Rimmed out. It's challenging. It's never quite the same each day. I just enjoy doing it.
And for Dwayne, it was never about the records. It's all about having fun.
Yeah, we need to spend more time out on the course. We need to take a lesson from Dwayne and remind ourselves that this is a fun thing to do and not just get caught up in emails. So.
And that'll do it for your sports. So if we can't do it, send it back over to you.
I love that story. Thank you so much, Jake. Let's get our final check of the weather. Any final thoughts for us, Dom?
I mean, hey, maybe not a bad idea to get out to the golf course or the Adventure Golf Course. I know that was a really great story there. So rain chances, though, as we head towards the middle of the week.
All right. Thank you so much, Dom. And thank you all for joining us. Have a good rest of your Father's Day evening. We'll see you back here at 10.